Well, that of course is an interview you don't want to miss. You're going to hear Kangana Ranaut the way she is in a very candid interview with Navika Kumar. That's going to be at 9 p.m. But for the time being, there's some big breaking news which is coming in regarding the mysterious death of Sushant Singh Rajput. The Maharashtra Human Rights Commission report on Ria's unauthorized visit to the morgue of Cooper Hospital has sparked off a massive controversy. Now, as the panel has given a clean chit to the Mumbai police as well as to the Cooper Hospital staff, it claims that the CCTV footage of the morgue is missing and that she had only visited the waiting area of the hospital. However, Times Now has spoken to the man who took Ria inside, and he reiterated that he took her inside the mortuary, not just till the waiting room, and that the panel hasn't even questioned him so far in the case. He says the staff at the mortuary had allowed him to go in and there were police personnel as well. So the big question is, why is it that this man was not even questioned?
नमस्ते भाई, सलील मुखिया का बॉडी आया क्या? सलील मुखिया हाँ नहीं है, अभी नहीं है, पोस्टमार्टम के लिए नहीं है अभी। वेटिंग एरिया किधर है? इधर वेटिंग एरिया है। अच्छा, हम लोग फैमिली मेंबर्स आ सकते हैं? फैमिली मेंबर्स अलो है?
आपके ऊपर है।
अंदर बॉडी के पास अलो करेंगे? अंदर बॉडी के पास अलो करेंगे? बॉडी के पास अलो करेंगे? किसी को भी अलो नहीं करता है। नहीं। फैमिली मेंबर को भी नहीं। मेरे दोस्त है, दोस्त के फादर का डेथ हुआ है।
कहाँ पे हुआ है?
यहीं पे हुआ है। उस बोला मॉर्चरी की तरफ आ जाओ बोल के।
मॉर्चरी तरह ही
आया क्या बॉडी पूछना मैं? चल
आया नहीं।
हम रिलेटिव से अलो है नहीं अलो कुछ में?
अलाउ नहीं, रिलेटिव अंदर जाने के लिए अलाउ नहीं।
But let me go across to Imran as well as Siddhant who are joining us. Imran, if I can come to you first. The reason why the sting operation is so very relevant to this report by the State Human Rights Commission is because very clearly those who are working in Cooper Hospital say it's against our rule to allow any outsider inside the morgue. And now very clearly Ria Chakravarti had entered the morgue. She herself has admitted to it. Why is the State Human Rights Commission continuing to insist that no one entered the morgue, that she was merely in the sitting area?
Well, absolutely. In fact, that's the question here. For 45 minutes, what Sting itself, what Siddhant did show very clearly shows that even the hospital staff admit that there was nobody is allowed inside in the mortuary or the area to where the body is kept. And even though we went today and checked the reality check, they said that no one is allowed. Very clearly, the Cooper Hospital rules. We went to the postmortem's office where all the details are taken and where body comes from the mortuary to the taken from postmortem to the mortuary is taken. All the three places, whether it's the post-mortem area or the post-mortem office or the BMC, very clearly told us that nobody is allowed inside. It never happens. And even though the Times Now investigation has showed that even the hospital staff admit that only when Sushant Singh Rajput's case that Ria was allowed inside the hospital on the premises there, which is blatantly violation of the own hospital rules. And our sting also exposes exactly that the State Human Rights Commission has not taken cognizance of the fact that she was there for 45 minutes, giving a clean sheet to the police and the government there. Why is it being done? Whether they were pressurized to do that, whether the facts presented before them by the cops or the hospital authorities were fudged, that's a point of question there, and that clearly shows what we did, the sting we did here, and that the hospital authorities very categorically said that nobody is allowed, and that's why we showed where even if to go near the body, you need to go to the office there, you need to take the permission, show the documents, and then later outside you can meet. And they very clearly said even if you're a relative of the family, you're not allowed inside, not even the waiting areas, you just have to wait outside. But that is what clearly is the SHRC seems to have not taken cognizance of it. They say that all the rules are followed, whereas on ground the situation is entirely different.
Well, in fact, do stay on with us. Times Now has also spoken to another person who was right there with Ria Chakravarti. Siddhant is also there, but we'll go to him in a bit. The person who's next to Ria Chakravarti is Surjit. He has spoken to us. Well, I believe we have Siddhant. So, Siddhant, why don't you tell us the kind of disclosures which have been made by Surjit, who was with Ria, and why that completely debunks the theory which has been put up by the State Human Rights Commission.
Well, that's right. Now, what is very interesting here is that Surjit is telling me that yes, we broke the norms of pandemic. We entered inside the mortuary, and he is also saying that I'm ready to cooperate with SHRC, but they did not call me. We can see Surjit very clearly in the video footage entering inside the hospital and coming out with Riya Chakrabarti. Surjit has to say that Riya is lying. SHRC report is not right. He on our camera only said that we went inside the mortuary where the body is preserved, and we saw body
Right.
there. Riya Chakraborty was there, and he also says that he only arranged a meeting. He only arranged the entry for Riya Chakraborty inside the mortuary.
Right.
Now you see, it was completely violating norms.
In fact,